Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Psycho-Cybernetics. This is a book written by Maxwell Maltz. The reason why I'm talking about this is because if you're on a self-development journey, read this. This is probably going to be one of the most important books that you read, and I'll tell you why. A couple of years ago, whenever me and my husband had just hit like an ultimate low, we struggled a lot financially, emotionally, really in every way possible. And whenever that happened, it made me dive deeper inside. One of the things that I stumbled upon was Vishen Lakhiani. He is the owner of Mind Valley, which is the world's #1 platform of self-help and learning. And there's a reason for that. This is a book that was recommended by Mr. Lakhiani. I dove into this book. Now, whenever I first heard about this book, I was like, that's what it's called. So Maxwell Maltz was not the founder of Psycho-Cybernetics. He said that the group of people that had found cybernetics, Psycho-Cybernetics, they were a group of physicists. The findings that these physicists had discovered really interesting because before, people didn't really have a full understanding of our mind and our psychology. Dr. Maxwell is actually a plastic surgeon that started to take into consideration psychology of people when he was doing plastic surgery. He realized that these people that were coming in to get, stuff done to their faces, whether it be a nose job, a facelift, etc., he realized that a lot of these people became more successful or had a better self-image after he had done these procedures. Now, he has a whole book written about all these different cases, and that wasn't always the case though. So a lot of times he realized that there was actually a lot of his clients that he did the cosmetic procedure on, and even afterwards they still acted like they were these like ugly ducklings or something, and they still had that low self-esteem. And some of them could have sworn up and down that their nose looked the same, or that they never had any work done, that they would argue that they looked as if they didn't have anything done. Dr. Maxwell realized that a lot of these people actually didn't, it's not about having the work done. I myself had some work done, you guys, and I can say that it really did make me feel differently. But the most important thing here is the self-image, which is how you view yourself. I had a breast augmentation, and after my own procedure, I felt really good about myself. That really altered my self-image that I had in my mind. One of the most important things to get out of Psycho-Cybernetics is this. We all have a blueprint in our mind, a self-image, whether we know it or not. There's an image in our subconscious mind that's embedded there, and in this image, this is how we view ourselves. We also have a self-serving mechanism built in us, and he says that this is what the subconscious mind is. The subconscious mind works like a self-serving mechanism. So whatever goal you are trying to give this self-serving mechanism, that's where your body, your actions, your behaviors, every decision that you make, that's what you're going to be striving towards, whether you know it or not. So the self-serving mechanism can actually be a success mechanism or a failure mechanism, just depending on what your self-image is. This is why the way that you view yourself is so important. He goes on to say that you can think positive thoughts, but those positive thoughts are only going to do so much, because if you have this negative self-image, or you see yourself failing at something before you even attempt it, guess what? You just turned on your failure mechanism as opposed to your success mechanism. If you see yourself as somebody who's always messing up, somebody who can't finish something, somebody who's a slob, then that's what you're going to get. That is going to be your end result, because you're pretty much telling your mind on a subconscious level, hey, we already screwed up. You're like, what? Like, why would you do that to yourself? Don't do that. You are setting yourself up for failure. That's different. You are setting yourself up for failure if you already have it in your mind that the outcome is going to be not ideal, not what you want it to be. But if you have a different image in your mind and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna kill it, and this is what I imagine it to be, and then you're setting yourself up for success. Term cybernetics does come from physics. Let me just give you an example. Our mind also uses cybernetics. So just like whenever a person is learning how to drive, you know, they're in the car and they're like, right? Whenever you're learning how to drive, you're not always going to go straight. You're going to go ooh, this way, that way. Hopefully you don't crash. And what's going to happen is that your mind is picking up which way is the correct way to drive. Because if you're staying here, that means this is correct, right? If you're swerving everywhere, your mind is also picking up, don't do that. You're just learning. Just like whenever you see a little baby that's starting to learn how to walk, you have to fail. And sometimes whenever you fail, that's just your body learning how to do it the right way. Another example of how cybernetics works in humans is like whenever you're picking up a pencil. I don't have a pencil, but if I did have a pencil, my mind would know where to aim for because I picked up a pencil maybe like a million times in my life before, so my brain already knows how to do it. If you're picking up a pencil, let's say in the middle of the night and you can't see anything, your hand is probably going to go to the desk, doesn't feel a pencil, reaches back, aims somewhere else, and then finally gets the pencil. So that's how cybernetics works. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this really short video. This book has been one of my favorites. Started learning more about subconscious mind, as some of you guys know. And if anybody is on this self-development journey, I feel like you guys have to read that book in order to help you, especially if you have a hard time with your self-image, self-esteem. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys here next time, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later. Until next time, bye.